welcome to the Female Bodybuilding channel. And today we're joined by one of the most exciting figure athletes in the entire world, Nicole Graham. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
We're fine. We usually on Female Bodybuilding channel, we have physique and women's bodybuilding, but looking at the latest pictures and looking at the latest videos and also looking at the past results, we had to get you on just before the Arnold Classic because you were one of the most exciting figure talents we've seen.
Well, thank you.
So
thank you.
Before we talk about this, Arnold, can you tell everyone, how did you fall in love with bodybuilding?
I started off as a fashion model. Had a really bad eating disorder. I was actually bulimic. Really got tired of fashion industry standards. So I still wanted to be a model. So I thought, okay, well, fitness might be a better, avenue for me to go down, being that I have a gymnastics background, track background. So I started going to my first bodybuilding gym called Mid City Gym in New York City.
One question, did the fashion industry make you bulimic, or were you already bulimic when you were a model?
Like, I wasn't already bulimic. So it's, once I actually, because I'm from upstate New York, Schenectady to be exact, and I wind up moving back down to New York City just for better opportunities in modeling. Even though I'm on the shorter side, I did quite a bit of runway modeling for Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week. But some of the designers that I worked with, I think one of my most horrible runway shows where, I auditioned for a designer for Fashion Week, and, he already selected me. And then when I go for the fitting, he's like, well, you're going to come to me next week. You're going to be on this cleanser, and you're going to be a little bit smaller next week. And then you're going to come to me right before the show, and you're going to be even smaller. And I'm just like...
How much did you weigh then?
Oh, man, I was probably maybe 120 something pounds, maybe.
Wow.
But I didn't really even though with the athletic background, I didn't, have muscle on me like that back then.
No. You were just skinny. Yeah.
Yes. Just skinny.
And they still wanted you smaller.
Yeah, and I think the part that was so messed up about it is when I arrived to the actual runway show, there were models there that were bigger than me. So I was like,
wow,
I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, that was strange, yeah?
Yeah. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm done.
I'm done, yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, maybe fitness modeling would be better, given what my structure was, athletic background. I started going to my first bodybuilding gym, Mid City Gym, and a guy had approached me and asked me, have I ever thought of bodybuilding? And I'm like, no.
Because did you have lines? Because you have very good muscle bellies. Did you have that at a skinnier weight? Like you have that naturally, or since he approached you? I mean,
I've always been kind of broad in the shoulders. I think more so because of gymnastics and the cheerleading, all-star cheerleading. So I had structure, I just didn't have the full-on package yet. I was pretty small when I first started.
Yeah.
So the guy, had told me, I should do my research because I was thinking bodybuilding. My mom happened to have been a bodybuilder, and I was like, okay, although I commend her on her work, but I know that that's not the look that I wanted to go for. So I did my research. I Googled everything, and the first division that came up was figure, and I was like, holy crap, these girls look amazing. They're, the femininity, but still conditioned. And I was
what
like,
year
okay,
was this?
This was 2015. I started really lifting, but I didn't start competing until 2016.
So who was the figure girls in 2015? JB, do you remember?
No.
No,
not really.
So you had Nicole Wilkins, Latoya Watts, and Candace Carter. Yeah.
Correct. Yes. So you saw their physiques, and they were quite smaller and less hard than they're now.
Yes, very true.
Yeah.
Yes, the divisions definitely evolved for sure.
So you saw their physiques, and then what happened?
So I, thought, okay, this is something that I'd like to give a shot. For some reason in my mind, I thought, okay, I'm going to find a guy for a coach, and because he's just going to kill me, he's going to train me, and that's what we're going to go for. And I went to another bodybuilding gym before it closed. And I found this woman, and I wasn't even looking directly at her. But she had this black fleece on, but I could see everything through the fleece. And I was like, holy crap, nope, it's going to be her.
Well, so you picked her out of her physique?
Yes, I did.
So who was this?
Her name was Roxanne Edwards.
Ah,
okay.
Roxy.
Yes. So, I started training and being coached by her. I learned a lot. Won my first show, which was the Victor Martinez Legends. It was actually his first year, I believe, of doing it. So it technically did not count because it was not a national qualifier yet.
Yeah. But
I kind of got my feet wet.
One question: who is Roxy, and who is this JB? Who is this?
Roxanne Elbert is an IFBB pro. She didn't compete since I think 4 or 5 years now. I think I can't remember. But she's very present on social media, and
yes,
and she's doing good work as coach in the New York area. And she's famous for her sarcastic posts on Instagram. You have to watch her. Really.
Yeah.
Really good.
Okay, so when you started training as a figure athlete, were you training as a bodybuilder? Because how did you train for figure? Because it's a little bit now the figure girls train as a bodybuilders, but then how was it back then?
Okay, so when I first started, it was more of moderate weight, a lot of reps, time under tension here and there, which was great because it definitely sculpted me. I did put on muscle, it just wasn't a crap ton. My training didn't really change until about maybe 2 years ago, when I actually started working with my coach that I'm working with now. My training changed to more so old school bodybuilding, very heavy weight.
Who's your coach now?
Johnny Castellina.
I don't know. Who's this? What's
he's the coach of, was the coach of two-time Miss Olympia Shanique Grant for women's physique.
Oh wow! Okay, yeah, Shanique Grant. Okay, so he know. Okay. So you started training as a bodybuilder, you would say, in 2018, 19, or?
About 2019. Yeah.
So what's the difference between training as an old school figure back in the smaller days to now? Because we see the girls in figure now. Thank God they're bigger. So what's the difference? Like, what type of training is? You say training as a bodybuilder. What does that mean for you?
For me, it's definitely heavier weight, just kind of taking me really past my limits. I was taught initially, you shouldn't go so heavy, this, that, and the third. But I personally find that it's completely changed my physique, not just because of the size that I've gotten, but it's also the conditioning is completely changed. So that modality has helped me quite a bit.
So when you train harder, this is because we are blessed to have a lot of young girls who just got into it, so they want to hear more the details. So when you train harder, heavier weight, your condition gets better. The muscle looks different, correct?
Yes, very dense. The muscle bellies are definitely a lot denser compared to when I first started.
That's good.
And what is crazy, what we see when we see you walk out on the figure stage, you see this. I always screenshot it in my stories. I don't know, I tagged you. You always say, yeah, thumbs up in my stories on Instagram. And I showed to JB, and you're coming out and you're posing like no other figure girls has ever done. With your presentation when you come out. It's very artistic. It's kind of like women's physique, women's bodybuilding. How did you come up with this type of, because tell us, presentation and figure. Tell us who doesn't know what figure is, what is that? And how do you make up your little routine?
Okay, so with figure, unfortunately, we are not blessed like fitness or women's physique or bodybuilding where we get to actually have a full routine with our own music. So we don't really get the time to really show our individuality. The routines are very, very short, really small individual presentation, and that's that. But again, I come from a background of being a performer. I was a dancer, all-star cheerleader, always on stage, model. So it's like all of that stuff that I had did in the past, I'm kind of able to bring that to the stage. So being that I just love the art of bodybuilding, I like to incorporate all of the divisions.
And that's a quick, what can we say, 30 seconds routine, isn't it? You could say so?
Yeah, about 30 seconds. I think for the Olympia, they, give us a little bit more time, but yeah, roughly about 30 seconds.
But you're the only one that I know of that does it like, almost like a women's physique type of posing. Has other athletes reached out to you to learn it, or are you just...
Yes, there's definitely been other athletes, but I will say the only drawback with that is, talking with head judge Sandy. She likes the flow. She likes how elegant it is, but she does want us to kind of shy away from adding like the bicep curls and things of that nature. I can still be me, but I have to draw it back just a little bit. So a lot of the girls that do come to me for posing, I have to kind of give them that forewarning, like, look, this is what she's looking for. You can show your personality. You can, add some things in there, but try to stay away from the higher divisions. I think they're more okay with you mixing in like bikini and wellness and whatnot, but moving up in the divisions, they're a little iffy. So I guess I kind of have to save that more for like guest posing.
Because Sandy Williams, JB, she's known to like the smaller physiques, isn't she, in women's bodybuilding? Isn't she, JB?
Yeah, but she definitely switched her mind a little bit. But like Nicole said, she wants to be to settle down the differences between the divisions. So it's so it's clear that that the individual posing of figure should be straight as in the rule book. Yeah.
Which is hard because it's like I want to be able to give them a show,
Because we see the figure girls. I like these presentations better because sometimes I feel it's almost too sexual. Some of them, they're like, what's your opinion on that? Because some figure girls are literally flirting down the aisleway there.
Yeah, not really my style. I have more of the artistic flow. Like I said, like I really enjoy the art of posing and bodybuilding. So if I can incorporate that somehow, blur the lines there without them feeling a kind of way about it, then by all means.
So now we established how you got into figure, a little bit about your routine that you're known for. Let's fast forward to 2021. That's when things got even better for you. You had a new, like in 2019 and 20, you were good, but 2021, there was a little bit evolution in your physique. Would you say so?
Yes, the conditioning completely changed.
What does that come? How did that change so much? What was the difference?
Okay, well, I'm going to be honest.
That's good. That's good.
So, a lot of the times in the past, when it came to a prep, I'd give myself some leeway. So yes, I'm following everything as I should, but I would still have like my once a week cheat meals, but then I wouldn't cut them off until about 6 weeks out. And then I'm completely straight and narrow. What I did for the last season, I was like, well, you know what? If this is what I can look like, the straight and narrow at 6 weeks out, what happens if I actually have nothing the whole entire prep? And that was basically what happened.
So you used to have cheat meals, or you used to put a little bit ketchup and seasoning?
Oh no, it'd be a once a week cheat meal after leg day.
Once a week? That's a lot. That's too much. What would your cheat consist of?
Oh God, are you sure you want to know that?
Really? Okay. So what was it consist of once a week? Because you still, for people at home, for amateurs, your condition was still good. It wasn't like it wasn't. You didn't show up. I don't want to use any names, but you didn't show off. You just weren't the condition you have now. So what was your cheat meal consisted of once a week?
It would be like I would go to a Spanish restaurant and get the arroz con pollo, but it'd be like a huge bowl of, rice and chicken.
Yeah.
Of course, I'd have my little sweets, my little honey buns to go along with.
On prep each week.
Each week.
That's not good. That's not gonna get you an Olympia top 4 placing like last year.
Yeah.
Correct.
No. So that's why I was like, okay, the conditioning was good then, but I want to see what happens doing a whole entire prep without having any form of refeeds at all.
One question, when you do that, because some athletes do it, especially, what can we say? Some men, when they're on a lot of other things, can do it, if you know what I mean? Like other things they use, so you can do it sometimes. But what were you thinking when you did this each week? Do you think I need it, or did you think like, oh, I want it?
It's more of a want, because like I said, I came from a background of having an eating disorder. So it was more of a mental thing for me, not being able to have. So it's just kind of trying to switch over my discipline. Like, look, no, you don't need it. Which one is more important to you?
So first show of 2021, was that the Rising Phoenix, or am I mistaken?
The first show of 2021, yes, it was.
So Rising Phoenix, that's JB and mine's one of our favorite. JB, is that one of your favorite shows, JB? The Rising Phoenix?
Yes, of course.
Yes, this is something. Our JB is a huge women's bodybuilding fan, as myself. So the Rising Phoenix is where we enjoy when there's no men's physique allowed. So we're enjoying ourselves there. The only thing this year, it was close to the Olympia, meaning you had only one shot to make the Olympia, almost, wasn't it?
Yes.
So how did you prep different for that show, knowing there's only one shot?
No, so for me, of course, I don't do a show just to do a show, and I do a show to win a show. But I was already qualified.
Okay.
So it was like, all right, this will just set me up for the Olympia to come in tighter.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And you were excellent at Rising Phoenix, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. Who got second there?
I think it was Autumn Knack.
Autumn?
Mm-hmm.
I can't. Who got third?
Trying to remember.
So it wasn't a deep lineup in. It wasn't a deep lineup then, or?
I don't think. No, it really. No.
Mm-mm. So you won that one, and then you're going to the Olympia. It was how much? It was a month later, or when? How much?
Yeah, I believe it was 4 weeks. Yeah.
So you're going into Olympia with a brand new conditioning, straight from a win. How did you feel going into this Olympia?
Honestly, I felt amazing. I did not expect my conditioning to be as conditioned as I was.
It was great.
I was honestly blown away by that package. I personally didn't think it could get any better than that. But unfortunately, I was too lean. At least that's the feedback that, yes.
Too lean?
Because I took 4th the year before and took 5th that year.
You mean this Olympia, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So look, you mean the feedback at the Olympia, correct? You were?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So you mean at the Olympia, you got 4th this year, correct?
Nope, I got 5th this year.
Yeah, because Jessica got 4th?
Did she? Yes, Jessica took 4th.
Yeah, and then we had the fantastic newcomer in 3rd. She was amazing.
Yep.
And we
Stephanie.
have Soltero, who was hard from like crazy from the back, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And we have Sydney Gill, the legend, winning. But if you were told you were too hard, Soltero wasn't she as hard as you as well? Or no?
Honestly, I would have thought so too. I was told that I had too many striations in my glutes that you could see them when I walked away.
You got told you had too many striations in your quads. No, in your
my
glutes.
Yeah.
Really? Because I had Soltero, obviously, JB and myself are women bodybuilding and physique fans, so we prefer, obviously, the conditioning and the size and correct, JB? That's what we like?
Yes.
Yeah. So for us, it's hard because Sydney Gillen was softer and she won, but Soltero was really hard. So if she got 2nd, why did you get 5th?
I honestly could not even tell you. All I can say is that it's a subjective sport. But I will say that the feedback from, the fans and, other judges who obviously weren't judging, felt that it should have been different. Of course, I felt that it should have been different.
Those lats you have and the tiny, JB, have you seen her from the back? Lats and the tiny waist and the calves are excellent and the presentation is excellent and you have the fan support and we did not enjoy that one. We did not enjoy that low. It wasn't low, but so when you're coming in this conditioning and you see Soltero is the same type of, not same look, but same type of conditioning. And you're not moving to a center. What does that? You weren't even allowed to stand by Soltero in Sydney, were you? You were always on the side.
No.
Correct.
So I believe for prejudging, they kind of had us together for a second, but like as soon as finals came, like no.
JB, this is not acceptable, is it?
No, but we had it also on the review, and it was crazy. It was crazy. But obviously, we have to call Weinberger and Sandy Williams and ask who was the head judge. Weinberger,
Sandy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, Sandy. Well, anyway, so we came off a great physique showing. Placing wasn't exact after the stage. Audience were going crazy. Your fans, your support team told you look great. But how does it feel when you know you look great? Everyone say you should have placed higher, but you're going down in placing. How does that feel as an athlete?
Honestly, that one hurt. That one definitely hurt because I completely demolished the package that I had the year before, and to take 4th the year before, that one definitely hurt a bit. So I'm just praying that this year it will be different. Trying to, listen to the judges and their feedback and what they want, not to come in too lean. All I could say is we'll see.
So this year, you did the Olympia in December, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's a very quick prep. We are a couple of days out. When this will be out, is probably a day left to the Arnold Classic, Ohio. And what will be, have you been able to make any gains from Arnold, from Olympia to the Arnold with such a short off season? And do you even need any gains? Because you can't get bigger. And we see, JB, did you see her Instagram pictures yesterday and the day before?
Yeah.
Have you seen the delta is looking like the real Hadi Chupan?
Quite. Yeah.
The real Hadi Chupan, you know what I mean. And the abs are like ugh. I hope you're gonna show us your abs later. But anyway, the abs are like crazy. So
thank you.
Well, you were told not to get bigger or harder. So what's going on?
Well, I didn't think that I could get any gains, but I think I did.
Oh, yes, you
In
did.
6 weeks. I don't know how I did, but I did.
You did. This is for sure.
Yeah.
But
I think we definitely put a little bit more size on the legs. So.
But is this going to be a problem then? Because they want the smaller.
No. So the feedback also was to really not get larger as far as the upper body goes. I could always use more size on the legs. So we did add a little bit more size on the legs. But
aren't the delts even more capped, or am I just seeing things?
I don't think they're really, no. That was just a good angle.
JB, you saw the Instagram pics, didn't you?
Yeah.
It was a good pump. There you go.
Yeah. Yes, after workout, okay.
So you're not going to pump backstage at all?
Maybe a little light band.
Nah, I don't think we should do that. So anyway, no, they're going to see she's too good. She's
80,
too big.
80 kilograms.
Yeah. No, nothing like that.
You know, the funny thing about that is I'm actually one of the smaller girls.
Are you?
Well, yeah. So out of the top 5, excluding
Sydney.
excluding not Sid, excluding Jessica, because Jessica's on the bigger side, but we're all on the smaller end. Everyone who's in that second call out are slightly on the bigger side. Yeah. I just give the illusion. Well, I'm currently 150 right now.
Oh, that's pretty high, isn't it?
Yeah.
JB, she said, okay, so guys at home and girls at home. So she is 1 week out and she's weighing more than women. Some women bodybuilders are winning women bodybuilding shows at, and you're in better conditioning.
Yes.
So tell us, how can a figure girl weigh more than a female bodybuilder that's winning shows and have a better condition and be figure? Explain this, please.
I honestly could not tell you when I tell you that this has been a crazy prep for me as far as the mental goes and looking at the scale, because it's like, okay, I see everything coming in tighter. But I'm like, okay, stage weight last time was 140 and I'm a week out and I'm like 150, but I'm still pretty conditioned. So I don't.
You are okay. So last time, the conditioning you were last time, how far away from that condition are you right now?
Not too far from that conditioning, but I will say that we've pulled back a little bit. The whole striations in the glutes. I mean, if I really flex, obviously, yes, you could see them, but definitely not as peeled as I was.
So before we start to do the propaganda to get you over at women's bodybuilding, are you going to walk on stage not flexing? You have to be mindful then to not flex anything, and correct?
Oh, no, not really. I mean, obviously, yes, in my mandatory shots, yes, to make sure that I am flexing. But I think with the conditioning that I will bring, it will not be as conditioned as I was for the Olympia. That is what we're trying to stay away from.
Okay. So you're going into a show not wanting to be as good as you could in condition, correct?
Yeah, that part that sucks, because honestly, I'd rather look like how I looked at the Olympia.
Well, we want. A lot of people ask, how. We don't want to ask your age, but okay, what's your age?
33.
So obviously, if you don't win the Olympia this year or next year, are we going to women's physique then?
I don't know. I don't know if I really want to go that route.
Why?
It's a lot. I mean, like, I know I'm like on that borderline, but it's a lot. I would have to really think about it. Don't get me wrong. I love women's physique and I love women's bodybuilding, but I don't know if that's where I really want to take it. I mean, that amount of conditioning is insane.
Not in women's bodybuilding, usually, always. Physique, yeah.
No, but I don't think I'm willing to get that much bigger.
Okay. So you didn't want to put on another 20 pounds. That's not in your you don't want another 20 pounds.
Yeah, and you know what it is too? I like to look a certain way in the off season, and that would be really big in the off season. Given that I eat a lot in the off season.
You eat a lot in the off season, really?
Yeah, I was like, 107. This was the heaviest I was in my off season, 170. So I can't imagine being that much bigger. Honestly,
JB, do you really think with if she switched her posing, does she really need to get that much bigger?
I don't really know, because, like I said, it's a subjective sport, and it also depends, like we often say, on the judges panel. So, but I would say in some shows you don't have to do any gains or something. Just switch posing, and then you are good in physique.
I know. But anyway, we don't want to force you to do anything. So we're doing figure. Okay. What's the mindset for this Arnold now then? Are you going to win?
Yes. Always do a show to win. Always.
Do you believe in your heart that you can beat Sydney Gillen?
Absolutely. To be very honest, and it's nothing to take away from her. She, is a champ for a reason. She got her title, for a reason. And do I think that, I think she's an amazing athlete, but do I feel that title should have been hers last season? No, I don't. And that's just me being honest.
Yeah. And we are not, that's something JB and JB, you can speak for yourself, but we miss, JB, do you miss the straight talk from the women a little bit when it comes to those type of things? Because they usually don't say anything when the true feelings when we ask about those things. JB, do you miss those type of talk when they tell their true feelings?
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, that's sometimes really, it's too diplomatic sometimes. The athletes are, and but it's good that you are honest. So,
I just look at it like this. There's nothing wrong with being honest. It's not like I'm trashing or bad mouthing, but it's just I'm saying what everybody else is thinking.
There you go. So, yo, Sydney, please don't call us anyway and diss us. No, but anyway. So last year, did you have yourself winning, or did you have Soltero winning?
Honestly, I thought it would have been between me and her, and I honestly felt that I would have had it. You and Soltero, or you or Sydney? No, me and Soltero.
Yeah, because because I thought myself that I just didn't know the figure criteria, because I saw you girls to be in the middle, but they didn't want to let you have in the middle, so I didn't know what was going on. Why do you feel? What's the strength you have? You believe? I don't want to say that Sydney doesn't have, because she has a lot of. But what strengths do you have that will take you to the top this year, overall?
I just think overall physique. I think I'm completely balanced. I think my symmetry is completely there. Again, nothing to really take away from Sid. I personally believe that when she first got that title, she was flawless. And I don't feel like I've seen that Sydney since she got that title. I've kind of felt like she's kind of pulled back and regressed. She's lost some size. I don't know if anyone's ever done a comparison of, previous years leading to the last year. There's a substantial difference in the physique. Those are really my thoughts.
No, but that's, of course, you have to. This is, I heard the feedback after Olympia, and there was a lot of different opinions, as it should be. And obviously, she's the greatest of all time, correct? But
that is what they say.
But everyone everyone has their day, you know. So let's see. This is going to get exciting. This is going to free judging.
Oh, it's definitely going to be exciting because the lineup in general is an amazing lineup. So I'm looking forward to it.
We have a crazy lineup. We have Sydney Gillen, Soltero, yourself. We like Andy Young's physique. We like her very much from Korea, I think. JB from Korea. Yeah.
Andy Young, yeah.
Yeah, and we enjoy. There's many girls that's really good in this figure lineup. It's Jessica Padilla is there, of course.
Mm-hmm. You have Ladanja, who her back is insane.
Who?
Ladanja.
Oh yes, Robinson, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. She has incredible back. She's really good. She was in the first call out, wasn't she, at the Olympia?
I believe so. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with the curly hair on stage, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. She's very good. She's a brand new talent. She won the show last year, and yeah, she's very good.
Yep.
So is it Friday or Saturday?
It's Friday.
So the whole is in one. There's not like the men. You're going straight in, correct?
Straight in. Yep.
Do you like that, or would you like prejudging in the next day finals? What do you prefer?
Oh no, I want it out the way.
Straight.
This is good. That's good. This is exciting. And this, Arnold, it's bigger, isn't it? Doesn't it feel bigger than before?
You know, it does. I think also too with the Arnold, because this is actually my first Arnold.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I chose not to apply the past few years because I wanted a longer off season to grow. But this is my first Arnold. I think it is a bigger one in general. I think especially with the selection of athletes, because I think that they decided to go with a lower number in each division this time around.
Well, JB, we're excited for this figure on Ohio. We especially now, correct? JB, are you there? You're excited? Yes. Yeah. I'm trying to get JB to follow figure. He only follows physique and women's bodybuilding. So we're trying to, and he's your favorite figure athlete.
I'll try to keep it exciting.
Yeah. A couple of questions before we go. Favorite music?
Favorite music, dance hall.
Ooh.
Oh, really? Who's your favorite artist then?
Vibes Cartel.
Oh, yeah. Are you sending him any prison letters lately?
No. You know what's sad is that I will never see this man in concert.
Never. JB, that's a famous Jamaican artist who's sadly in jail for the rest of his life. So he's not coming out anytime soon.
No, but he's still making music.
Yeah.
That's
that's possible.
Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? You are going to totally laugh at me.
Okay.
I'm a big kid, so my favorite movie is The Little Mermaid.
Whoa.
Oh, I don't
Didn't expect that.
No, I haven't. I don't think I've seen that one. No.
Disney.
I don't even know what it is. I don't watch. What's this Little Mermaid? What is JB?
Oh
What's
my
this?
god!
It's the animated one, or is it the real one?
Yeah, animated.
Ah, yeah.
Okay. Oh no, I don't watch things like this. No.
I'm a big kid. I watch all cartoons.
Wow.
Really? Cartoons also me, yeah, but no Disney. Don't like Disney. So sorry.
Favorite place to visit?
Favorite place to visit? I would have to say I've enjoyed Tampa, but I haven't been out of the country yet. But I'm planning to go to Italy to visit the Panada gym out there.
Yeah.
That might be my new favorite place to go, especially since I love Italian food.
Are you sponsored by? Are you sponsored by them?
No, I'm not sponsored by them, but we're actually opening a gym here in Atlanta called Perfection Fitness, and it's going to be all Panada.
Ah, okay. Fantastic.
I think I love Panata. I love Gym 80 as well, but I love those Panata. It's a great band. So you open your own gym. Talk us a little bit about that before we go.
Well, actually, I'll be a part of the gym. It's actually my boyfriend's gym. Very, very, very unique. All of the pieces are going to be black with pink trim, dedicated to a good friend of his who has breast cancer. So everything about the gym is black and pink, but of course, you know, Panada's equipment is state of the art, absolutely amazing, unique pieces. And we're actually going to have a showroom downstairs in the basement so that other people can actually get equipment from us as well.
Is he German? No?
Yes, he is.
Yes. Yeah. No, JB over here. He's from, but he has my color, JB, but he's from Germany. But he's from. So where in Germany is he from?
I don't remember exactly.
Doesn't really matter.
But his mom, I love speaking to her because she has such a thick German accent.
Cool.
Because he's a classic competitor, no? Or
he was classic. He's taken some time off. He's going to move into super heavy.
Okay, good. That's what we want to hear. We want the bigger the better, right? Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, good. Well, thank you for coming on. It was a pleasure getting to know you, and we will be watching on Friday.
Yes, on Friday.
And this is going to be one of the most exciting figure Ohios of all time now, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
Well, thank you. Oh, you promised us something, didn't you?
Oh, the abs, right? All right, hold on.
Guys at home, this is figure right before we're 1 week. Oh, that JB.
Hola.
That's an 8-pack, isn't it?
Almost, yeah. Well.
Oy, guys. Yeah,
great.
Now we're talking.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You are welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
And
bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Hi, this is Marilyn Yee. You're watching Female Bodybuilding Channel. Please click follow and subscribe.
There we go.